being fucking dragging. YouTube dragging its feet as always. Right, we'll give it. Gonna give it 2 minutes just to let a few people jump on. Guys, someone leave me an emoji in the comments just to let me know that you can hear me and you can see me. Okay, please. Before we get going, we've not done an episode yet where no one's been able to hear me and see me. So, but we like to double check. We've got a couple on Facebook. What's happening? We've got 5 of you guys on Instagram. Thank you very much. We've got a good one today. And it's something I've been meaning to do for a while. And I'm going to save it to the podcast, actually. But it's something that I have been wanting to do a podcast and a live on for quite a while. We've got an emoji. Cheers, Fred. Looks like we're all good. Got my new little mic on. There's links to my phone. So hopefully, last time I used it, there was a load of buzzing. Not buzzing like, yeah, your content's buzzing, mate. Like literally like buzzing. And it just wasn't good quality. So I decided to fuck it off. But I've just recorded a reel then. And it's been all right. So I'm hoping that the mic's good. Cool. Right. Shall we hit record and shall we get going? Yes, we shall. Boom. Record done. 3, 2, 1. Yes, squad, welcome to another episode of the Type 1 Movement Podcast. And in today's episode, this is probably going to be more for you parents of Type 1s. And I'm going to be talking about why I don't coach anyone under 21, why we don't have any kids or sort of teenagers within our program. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Hopefully, after this, you're going to understand why. Anyway, before we get going, as I always say, please leave me a rating and a review because I run no paid advertisements to this podcast. It's just all off word of mouth. Also, give it a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, on your Facebook, and tag me at type1_Tom so I can reach out and say thank you. We're going to get fucking straight into this. Not going to beat around the bush. So, you parents of Type 1 diabetics, obviously your children have Type 1. For me as a coach, you'll know if you spoke to me, you've inquired or anything, I'm like, look, I don't coach kids. And like, I understand, well, I don't understand, but I kind of do what it'd be like being a parent of a Type 1. I was 21 when I got it. So obviously my mum's views would have been a little bit different. I actually had mum on a podcast, big up to mum, speaking about it from her point of view. But it's still the same. She's still my mum, even though I'm 35, nearly 36. So I spoke to her about how she feels and that, and she gets really frustrated that there was nothing that she could do. She can't take it away. So kind of understand it from that respect for you parents of Type 1s. And as a coach, it is a little bit frustrating that I can't help your kid. But there's a few reasons why. And you know what? I feel like a dick when you guys reach out to me. I feel like a dick when you guys reach out to me and you saying, sorry, just getting some things. Sound is a bit fuzzy. Right, hang on. Let me turn that off. Guys on Instagram, is that better? Someone let me know if I can carry on, and that's better. I'm going to have to cut this out of the fucking podcast. I've just taken the mic off, so hopefully that's a little bit better. Someone on Instagram, let me know. How's it sound? Better? All good? I'm just going to fucking carry on anyway. And if it's out, you'll just have to listen to the podcast. Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, cheers. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. So when you parents of Type 1 diabetics are reaching out to me and kind of asking for help, I feel a bit of a dick at times saying, look, I can't help you. It's a little bit upsetting, but I want to give you the reasons why, so you just don't think this guy's a knobhead. Do you know what I mean? This guy's a knob, he can't help my kid. I know you probably don't think that, and I do kind of give you an explanation in messages or DMs, but I wanted to do this episode to share with you why. And we're going to go through the importance, these 3 main reasons why I don't coach anyone under 21. And these are order of importance, really. So first one is my insurance. My insurance. As a coach, dealing with Type 1 diabetics or not, as a personal trainer, as an instructor, whatever, you need insurance basically to work with people. It's like liability insurance, all that sort of stuff, which covers you if anything is to happen to your client. Yeah. Now, within our program, we have so many waivers, we have so many bits of information and that. So my insurance doesn't cover me to work with kids. And here's a thing about that. Now, Obviously, we are covered within our program, working with type 1s and the things that we go through and that. If anything, nothing has, touch wood, and nothing will happen to anyone that comes into our program. But we are covered if so. But let's say a child was to come into our program. A child was to come into our program. They was to work through it. Their parents was to implement some of the trainings and some of the things that we were suggesting. And something was to happen to that child from information that we've given on our coaching program. What the fuck, as a parent, you would be straight onto me, straight onto the coach, straight onto the program, and that would completely fuck us up. That would completely fuck us up. So that's the biggest reason we are not covered. That would be my worst nightmare is having a child come on the program, the parents going through the training implements, and something happens to that child. Bad enough if it was an adult, like say, touch wood, nothing's happened to anyone on our program except good shit. But if anything bad was to happen, and that was a child, the parent would be straight onto us, and it's just not worth it. It just really isn't worth it. Hence why we're not insured to coach children. So that's the main reason. Hopefully, you guys, you parents of type 1s, are kind of understanding this now. I don't know if there is any coaches that do coach kids or are covered to coach kids, but I am not. That's the main thing. That'd be my worst nightmare. Anything happened to a child, God forbid, anything to happen to any type 1 on our program. But adults, we are covered. Yeah. The second thing is, this is a big one. This is a big one. I don't know. I know a lot about type 1 diabetes and in adults and stuff, but I don't really know anything about type 1 diabetes in kids. I do know it's forever changing when they're going on growth spurts, hormones. Oh, you guys message me and you're like, they're going through a really tough time, they're growing and all that. I can understand how frustrating that can be, but I don't understand scientifically enough to be able to give guidance and coaching on that, because it will be very different managing sort of juvenile child like with type 1 diabetes than it would be in an adult. And I don't understand enough about type 1 diabetes in children to be able to help with that. I'm a big advocate, and I say this to my clients, if I don't fucking know something and I don't understand it to as much as I possibly can in my capabilities, I will never give advice on it. I even say this to our clients when our clients come to us and they've got an issue or a problem. I'm honest, mate. I'm like, look, I don't know the answer, but I'll do my best to find it out. But I wouldn't try and coach someone through an issue or a problem that I know nothing about. That would be like me not having type 1 diabetes. I'm going off track a little bit, but me not having type 1 and trying to coach type 1 diabetics. Yeah, even though the children still have type 1 diabetes, it would be very different management within kids. And I don't understand enough about it to be able to sort of coach on it. So that's the second thing. So we've got one, I'm not covered for children with the insurance purposes. And two is I don't know enough about type 1 diabetes in children. The third one is, this isn't the biggest one, but it's a big thing. Adherence to the program. Adherence to the program. Now, within our program, there is certain things, and it takes a lot of mental energy. I say to my clients, look, you're going to join, you're going to put the fucking work in, it's going to be challenging, it's going to take effort, it's going to take adherence, it's going to take commitment, but it's going to be worth it in the end. As a child, they don't have that adherence. They don't have that commitment. You could be thinking, yeah, but as a parent, I do. Okay, but there's still stuff that the child would have to do. And I'll give you an example of this. I used to coach anyone 18 or over a few years ago. I used to coach anyone 18 or over. Cool. I had a few 18-year-olds come into the program, and their adherence to the program was shocking. And I totally get it. Like, they wasn't doing check-ins, they wasn't doing things that was required of them and putting the work in to get the results. And I get it. I understand it. Because if I was diagnosed at, say, 18, I speak to a lot of type 1s that are like this, my diabetes probably wouldn't have been my fucking priority. Come on, we got to think back, guys. Like, when we're teenagers and stuff like that, even if we're type 1, and a lot of your parents say this to me as well, it's not a priority in their life. It's not. And it is hard, I can imagine, to see that as a parent when you understand it and stuff, and you're looking at your kid and you're like, fucking hell, like, come on, this is important. You need to, and they're like, yeah, it's just a bit blasé. It's just the age. Hopefully, fingers crossed, when they start to get a bit older, they will become more adherent to it and care a little bit more. But it's just the age. So when we was coaching people like 18 or over, like I kind of capped it at 21. I was like, I'm not working with anyone under 21 because basically the adherence, like I say, they don't really care enough. They're at that stage in their life where it isn't a priority. And when you're joining a coaching program, especially one like ours, it needs to be a priority. The shit that you're going to have to do, and you need to make it a priority. And at that age, it's just not. And that's totally understandable. At that age, it's just not. You think you're bulletproof at that age. I did. Nothing's going to touch me. I don't give a fuck. I don't really care. Bit rebellious and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I know type ones who are, around similar to my age, and they said when they was like a teenager, they didn't really care. They wanted to go out with the mates, they wanted to party, they just wanted to enjoy themselves at the end of the day, and that's understandable. So that's why when we used to coach 18, 17, 18-year-olds, we don't anymore. Like it's 21 or over because we found that's the sweet spot for adherence to the program and where they're willing to sort of invest their time and effort, sort of thing. And like I say, it's tough, man. Like it is tough because I want to help everyone with diabetes, but there's just when it comes to anyone under 21, there's just reasons why we're not able to. So I'm going to quickly run over these again. Hopefully, you parents of type 1s understand a little bit more now. I'm going to give you a few other pointers as well in a second. But the first one is insurance purposes. We are not covered as a business to work with anyone like kids-wise, anyone under 21. Well, actually, anyone under 18 it is. But for that last reason, adherence to the program, I've just chose not to coach anyone under 21. Secondly, I don't understand it enough. I don't understand diabetes in kids enough. Parents of type 1s probably have a better understanding of diabetes in your kid than I actually do at the end of the day. So that's kind of that reason I don't really understand enough about type 1 diabetes in kids. I'm going to let that outro run out a little bit, and we'll have to edit that out. Little bastard always gets me. So yeah, we've got first thing, there's the insurance purposes, not covered. Second thing is I don't understand enough about it. I'm not going to try and coach anyone on shit that I don't really understand about. And the third one is adherence to the program. It needs to be a big priority. There's work that our clients have to do, and they have to make it a priority, be willing to invest their time and effort into it. As for that being said, a lot of you guys still listen, parents of type 1s, watch my content, listen to my podcasts and stuff, and tell me that certain things I've been helping. And please keep that coming. I can't physically give you something and say, go and try this with your kid, like I could with an adult. But then if it's off your own back of something you've listened to or any form of my content, you've decided off your own back to go and implement it, and it's helped, absolutely fucking amazing. Like, I'm helping indirectly then. I can't help directly, but at least I'm helping in some way, shape, or form, and I'm helping indirectly. So please, let me know. Do you know what I mean? Like, let me know about that. And also, when you guys are reaching out to me asking me certain questions, I'm unable to give you an answer like, what should I do for my kids, X, Y, and Z? I'm like, I can't answer that. I could kind of have an understanding of what might be going on, but I couldn't say, oh, go and do this for the same reason if anything was to happen. We're not insured. I mean, if I was wrong, because I don't really understand it in kids, I'm unable to. But if you get information indirectly and then you as a parent choose to go and apply that and it works, fucking great. Awesome. So hopefully, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Hopefully, if you're a parent of type 1, you're following me, you kind of now understand why I don't work with anyone under 21, and you understand why I don't work with anyone from 18 through to 21 as well. Hopefully, those points make sense. Hopefully, those points do make sense. Because, like I say, as a coach, is a bit frustrating, but I think they are fair enough reasons at the end of the day. Team, that is it. If you got value from this episode, hopefully you did. Hopefully you got value and a bit of understanding. As I said at the start, please leave me a rating and a review because it really does help me reach more type 1 diabetics. And I will say before we end out, you parents of type 1s are actually managing it for your kids. Fucking good on you. Great work. Learn all you can. Obviously, following me, asking, specialists. Usually, specialists are pretty good with kids. Sometimes, yeah, some horror stories, but good on you. All you can do as a parent of a type 1 is do your best, and then when they're ready and they turn round, hopefully you'll have the information you'll be able to pass over to them. Yeah, hopefully you'll have that information. So I want to say, just keep fucking going. As upsetting and frustrating as it can be, keep going, because it will be worth it in the end, gang. Yeah. Team, hopefully got some value from this. Thank you very, very much for listening. I do truly appreciate it. Until the next episode, have a fucking great day. Peace. Right. Do we have any questions? I'm going to stay on for a few minutes, see if we have any questions. Got one on Facebook. Sarah May, fair points, but 18s, 21s aren't kids. Hopefully, I've covered that in the last reason for adherence to the program. So hopefully that answered that for you, Sarah. A quick look for you guys on Instagram. We got a few parents of type 1s on. Love that. Cool. Totally understand that. Just enjoy watching your videos anyway. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. By the time she's 21, I'll have 17 years of your knowledge under my belt. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. I absolutely love that. Yes. So I am helping indirectly, because I can't help directly, which is great. Duncan, great speech. Yes, again. Thanks very much, bud. Right, gang, I'm going to jump off. Hopefully you guys got some value from that, and especially more so if you're a parent of a type 1. Like, I take my hat off to you and salute you as well for the hard work that you're doing. And it will pay off. When your child's older, it definitely will pay off. I think the worst thing you could do is sit there, and I'm never saying any parent will do this, but not really bother asking or researching and stuff like that. And I totally get it, because if my kid had type 1 and I seen a type 1 coach, I'd fucking message them. So I would definitely be messaging them. Do you know what I mean? But hopefully this is give you a bit of understanding. But just keep going with it. I always say, like, you guys are fucking warriors, probably more so than actual adults with type 1, because you've not got it. You're having to learn about something. And I think we can care more about someone with type 1 diabetes, like, in opposed to if we had it ourselves, if that makes sense. Especially as parents. And I know my mum still fucking worries about me. And I'm 36. And I coach it. I do it for a job. I know she still worries about me. I think that worry's always going to be there. So, right, team, I'm going to shoot off. Thank you very much for watching and listening today. Hopefully you guys got some value. Hope you have a fucking great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.